Hey guys, welcome to Mika's Lifestyle, back with another video. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and like. Today's topic is going to be about mental illness. It's a lot of people been requesting a video on, different things that interest me, and this is one of the things. I worked with mental illness for about three to 4 years. It's a very touchy, thing to me, you know what I'm saying? Because my grandmother, she had a mental illness. She was diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar. A lot of people don't realize it, that how much it affects a person and how much a person goes through for as depression, suicidal thoughts, and different stuff like that. During the couple of years that I did work in mental health, it was horrible. I found myself like just bawling in tears sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, where people are just walking around like zombies, depressed from being raped, molested, parents then left them, schizophrenia, bipolar. It's a number of things that falls into the category of mental illness. It makes people do things that they don't want to do to themselves, like harm themselves, make people feel like they don't want to be here, make people fall to drugs. And drugs is another issue as well. It affects, when you're going through mental illness as a person and then you on drugs as well, it makes the chemical imbalance of your body horrible. Like it's like a monkey on your back that you can't even shake off, So like once you get the proper care from, being diagnosed with or whatever, because they got so many things that you can get diagnosed with as being mental. So once you get that diagnosis and then you go out and you start being on before that, when you get diagnosed, you get on medication and then you go out in the streets or whatever, and then you start doing drugs as well, mixing those two, that's a bad combo. And it's horrible. A lot of my patients, they would come in and they like so far gone off of mental illness, all kinds of things like that. Just so far gone. And then they'll come in and then they'll be like really messed up, because once they come in to the facility and then they get on holds, a hold is like a 14-day hold, 20-day. It depends on the severity of the mental illness they have. So like we'll put them on a 14-day hold, 7-day hold. It's whatever the doctor wants to do with them. Some are regulars and some are new, so he has to diagnose a person of what he thinks, is best fit for that person. So once you come into the hospital off the streets doing drugs, and then you get the medication that the doctor prescribes to you as well, it's just horrible. Like the mixture is not well. So we advise you, if you are going through some mental issues, don't turn to drugs, turn to, it's so many it's so many people that's out here to help people with mental illness. That's all you have to do is call a number, call 211. If you can't, go to a hospital, let them know you can't be alone right now. You don't feel like yourself, and you need help, because we're always here to help you. It's not that you don't have to feel like you're left alone. You're not. And it's plenty of patients that I had where they wanted to commit suicide. I didn't even seen plenty of people try to commit suicide, actually. And it's horrible. It's so sad. I done seen young people come and that's been touched. Not just for about a couple of years, you know what I'm saying? And then their parents didn't know. Some parents, they say they did know and they couldn't do nothing about it, coming out of abusive relationships and stuff like that. It's horrible, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. That's what made me wanted to go into the nursing field, because what my grandmother was going through, she was going through, it's something different with her. She was going through schizophrenia and bipolar. It makes your moods is different. Like one day you're happy, one day you're sad, one day you're evil, one day, you just all over the place. And it's horrible. It was one teenage girl that I had one time. It was about a couple of years back when I was working at this hospital. and in Glendale, and she came in and she was like, you know, so beautiful. I mean, she was beautiful. She was mixed with like black and white. She was so beautiful, like she could be a model or something. So she came in. I didn't have her that day when she actually came in, but they actually assigned her to me. And when they assigned her to me, you know, I was looking at her like, what happened? You know, got the notes and the chart, and we started seeing what went on or whatever. So she was actually adopted. So when she got adopted or whatever, I mean, she was doing good. She was living up north. She came to LA to pursue her, you know, career in college or whatever. And she met some friends out here, and they ended up giving her some PCP. And when they gave her some PCP, she ended up taking the PCP, never did drugs before. She said she only did weed, you know, which is all these people are doing weed these days. But, you know, I don't wish nobody to do drugs, but it's to each his own. But anyway, you know, she did some weed or whatever. And then when she did the PCP, she said that they told her it was weed. It was laced. And she flipped out and stabbed both of her eyes out. I mean, both of her eyes out, yeah, with a pocket knife. So just imagine how painful that was. She said that the devil was telling her to kill herself. I mean, it made her go out of her mind. It's crazy because you could try something one day and not think it would affect you. You know, sometimes people do drugs all day and just, you know, be normal, or, you know, they act a certain way when they're on drugs, and then after the drugs wear off, they back to their normal self. But some people just get lost in the sauce where it ain't no coming back for them. You feel me? Then you would have to seek help to try to, you know, regain all that back. Well, she took the drugs. Luckily, she regained all that back afterwards, but during the process of her taking the drugs, I mean, it was absolutely crazy. She didn't know what to do. She started stabbing herself, and the neighbors heard her screaming. Her friends ended up leaving the house or whatever. The ones that she met, the ones that introduced her into the drugs, and they end up leaving. And the neighbors said, oh, I hear someone screaming, and this and this and that. And the police had to come and kick the door down to get her out. And she even tried to charge at the police officers because she was on drugs. They didn't even know what was going on with this girl. This girl never touched no PCP, no nothing in her life. And look what happened to her. So now she just blind. And it's so sad, you know, and she was only 18 years old. So just imagine your kid, your daughter, your son, your cousin, your niece, or whatever, you know, trying these drugs, and then, you know, this happens, you know. So that brought her into a deep depression. And then she just started flipping out, because when she came to realization after a couple of months where she realized doctor said they couldn't help her, I mean, it was a wrap, she just started flipping out. So now she has to live with being blind over one wrong move, like accepting drugs from people that she don't barely know, you know. And then I had another patient. She was from a wealthy family, and she had problems because she said she was molested by some guy that her mom used to date years ago or whatever. And she always had like mental issues, like she wants to commit suicide because of that, because she said it ended up affecting her. And I believe her too. Like things like that, like when you're young and stuff, and you know you being violated by an older person, and you know you supposed to save yourself for a person that you love, you know, like you're being violated by someone that's really taking advantage of you, and that's wrong, you know. So you don't know how that it would affect a person's mind. So, you know, she was very defiant. She was like enraged all the time. She turned to drugs as well, running away from home, ended up having 2 kids back to back at a young age, and living on Skid Row when she didn't have to, because she had wealthy family that cared about her and loved her. But it's, you know, the mental thing in her head, like she don't care about nothing, you know. And she was in our facility for like at least, I'm gonna say like 7 months. And it's crazy because when she came in that night, she was like at least, I'm gonna say a good like 90 pounds soaking wet. And when she left our facility, she was a good like 210. And this was a little girl. You wouldn't even think, 18 years old. They were just so sad, you know, for her to go through this. You know what I'm saying? Because of molestation and people abusing you. You know, it's so many things that people go through. And it's crazy. Even people getting beat when they were younger by their parents and different stuff like that, or not having a good upbringing, you know, walking around talking to themselves. I mean, I didn't see it all. People walking around talking to themselves. What else? A guy popped his eye out. I mean, when he popped his eye out, it's crazy because one of my coworkers, she took him to the bathroom. When she took him to the bathroom, the door was like cracked or whatever. Because you know we can't go inside there with them because we do have to give them their privacy, but we can leave the door unlocked because we don't know, you know, safety reasons, and we can like crack the door a little bit. And so we just heard somebody make like a thump noise, and everybody ran over there to her because she was at the door and she was screaming or whatever. And he just popped his eye out. They said that wasn't the first time he did that, because I was actually new at that hospital at the time. And they said he did that before. And it's just like a sight to see. I done seen so many things in mental health, but then it makes me appreciate life more because I feel like I'm blessed to be here with a right mind. You know, I don't have to worry about like molestation, abused, you know, like being depressed all the time and, you know, stuff like that. It's so scary. And it just breaks my heart, you know, kids out here trying drugs that they can't even handle. It's just so many things in mental health. And I want you guys to know that you're not alone. Like, it's people out here that care about you. Never feel that you can't go and talk to someone. You know, it's hospitals that's open to help. You have phone numbers that you can call and contact people. You have, you know, so many things going on, but a lot of people are already like far gone already. And so really it's like some people don't even want help, you know. And it's crazy. And that's the sad part, the people that don't want help. Because, you know, it's the process when you're in mental health. You have to make sure that you talk to them. You have to have communication with the patient. You have to talk to them. You have to make sure they can trust you to dig deep in what they're going through, so they can open up and tell you what's going on. You know, a lot of people don't trust people. A lot of people that's in their mental state right now feel that they were left so alone that they don't have nobody and they can't trust people, you know, or they was abused so much they feel they can't trust people. So we have to do a lot of work to open these people up, to let them know that we're there for them, you know. And it's really, really sad. And, you know, that's why I chose healthcare, because it's touching. And I mean, I like helping people. I want them to know that they're not alone. And, you know, this is what I do. And it's a reason. You have to have a heart for this. You can't just go into things for money. It's sometimes things, it's not all about money or nothing like that. You have to go into things for just, you know, having a good heart. You know, if you don't have a good heart, then, you know, you don't fit the criteria of having a certain jobs, you know. Like some people go to work, oh, because I need the money. But then you're like very depressed and like just don't care about the job. You know what I'm saying? When you come home like, oh my God, I don't want to go to that job. It gets on my nerves. That's because you don't have the passion. It's not for you. So don't ever force yourself to be somewhere that you don't want to be in life. You always have to enjoy what you like doing, because it wouldn't make any sense. You know, a lot of people, I understand, that have bills to pay and things that they need to take care of, kids, families, and stuff like that. Yes, I understand that. But if you don't enjoy what you're doing, it will never work in life. You know, you have to love what you do. And with this nursing things, oh my God, it's so much that comes with it. It's overwhelming, it's draining, it's stressful, all that. And then when people come home from work, they have to worry about sometimes other things they have to worry about when they come home from work and stuff like that. So if you don't have a passion for what you're doing, then you shouldn't do it. I enjoy what I do though. A lot of my patients love me, you know, and when a patient tell me like, oh, hi, I see you, I just like feel like, oh, okay, you remember me, and I'm so glad, because that's touching to me. That just let me know that I did my job right, you know, that if a person can remember me from taking care of them and they come visit a next person, or I see them doing their doctor visits, walking through or whatever, and they say, hi, oh, I remember you, nurse such and such, I feel so happy, because that just touches my soul to let me know like, oh, okay, girl, you did something right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm very grateful of that, because baby, it's a job, honey. It's a job. And it's just crazy. And I just wanted to share this topic with you guys because, you know, today was just like one of my relaxed days, and just chilling out and just, you know, thinking about so many things that I'm blessed for. You know, I'm blessed to have my kids, my life, my man, my mother, and I just feel good inside. You know, it could be worse out here, you know. You know, this world is going through so much right now, all this back and forth with this and that, you know. And then for you to be strong at the same time, oh, you winning. You have to be strong out here. You can't let yourself go. You know what I'm saying? You have to continue your self-care. You have to continue to live life, you know what I'm saying, to the fullest. You can't worry about what people say about you. You can't worry about what people don't say about you. You know, just live your life and do you. Do what makes you happy. And then also, you know, pray. I'm not telling you, oh, do what I do. No, don't do what Mika do. Do what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about what the next person say about me or do to me, because I know God got me. And he's my number one, you know. I put him before me. So at the end of the day, like, you know, I'm just blessed to be here, you know, like everybody else. You know, I'm blessed to see another day, wake up and even talk to you guys right now, you know, because it could be worse, and I've seen worse. I've seen people where the doctor come in and say, oh, you won't make it to tomorrow. I've seen it where doctors say, oh, you got this disease we ain't gonna be able to get rid of, you know. And I done seen people get blessed where doctors say, well, we have a cure, or we can make this happen. We got to do this surgery for you, or we got to do this, but you just have to, you know, give us time and be patient. You know, I've been there through it all. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to let you guys know that I'm grateful. And, you know, I just wanted to let you guys know that I love you guys, and I wanted you guys to, you know, keep supporting me. And I thank you for supporting me. And don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. Thank you.